Hey folks, I'm just going to quickly show you how I'm making my co-working office into a more functional co-working office. So here I've illustrated and created all these assets. You can see over here I have a private zone for 1 to 3 people. There's other private zones peppered around the area for effect. I have some desks, some hangout spaces. Just generally trying to make a good feeling place to hang out. So, but I need something more functional now. So in Canva, I've been combining the art with Canva to make a variety of different assets. As soon as you have one of these other assets, so right here, I have my streaming Airtable, and this is part of Canva, this is part of Canva. The only thing that I drew here is the actual whiteboard. But in Canva, when you make an asset like this, you take it, you download, make sure you click transparent background, and then download. And then when I go back to Topia, I take this, upload my asset, choose file, and this will be streaming Airtable whiteboard, upload, place asset. And here's where I want people to access the Airtable on a regular basis when we're co-working together. So I'm going to go into edit, go into links, open a website link. But before I can do that, I need to get the website link. So here's my Airtable. Just a quick test Airtable, and it doesn't matter which one you do. Like, I really like the gallery Airtables as well, but this works with every view that you create for the Airtable. You share view. Go down to embed this view on your site. When you get here, you don't need the entire body. Everything between the quotation marks. So I click again, and then I drag it out to the next quotation mark. Copy that. Go back to my Topia. And then here, streaming Airtable. I click off on the modify asset just to make sure that all copies. And now when I turn off edit and come up here and see how it starts enlarging like that, that means something's embedded there. And now I have my Airtable available, which is pretty cool. So like, if I go back into Canva, let's say, let's resize, that's a pretty good size. Let's do something 80 pixels wide and 100 pixels large. Copy and resize. I'm just actually going to delete all this. I'm going to go into elements. I've been enjoying this calendar. I take this, make it a little bit larger, back into elements. I just kind of block out this because it's unnecessary. I like this color. Don't ask me why, but I do. Go into text. I only need half of this. Delete. So delete that. Streaming calendar. Way too big. All of it's way too big. So I'm going to take this here, resize it. Probably increase the size of that. They still understand it's a calendar. I could draw this, but I don't really need to, so I'm not going to. So streaming calendar, share, download, transparent PNG, download that, and while that downloads, I'm going to go back into Topia, and once I'm here, I'm going to go to my library, upload asset, streaming calendar, choose a file, find it, upload and place asset. So right here, I throw it on the wall, it disappears. That happens sometimes because the flip points aren't exactly the same. Flip point is that point where you go behind or in front of. Luckily, Topia has this modified top layer. So if I add 100, enter, click off to make sure it works, now all of a sudden it's working. I turn on edit, I go to my calendar. I want it to be big enough that they can see. I made it a little bit small in Canva. And now they can see it. Go to edit again, links, open a website link, streaming calendar. And now I'm going to go back to my Airtable. And I'm going to go back to the original. I'm going to create a calendar. So I want the date to be the chosen field. Now I have my calendar view. I go again to share view. Embed this view on your site. So once again, everything between the first quotation marks, I guess second quotation marks. Copy that back to Topia. Throw that link in there. Notice that when I click off it onto the modify asset up here, the link appears. That means that it's clicked in. So now, when I turn off edit, now I have a calendar, a working calendar in my co-working office. There's one more thing that I think is really cool that you can do in Topia, is when I go to Miro, one of my favorite concepting, I see Brian's working on it at the same time. I'm going to export, embed. I'm not sure if you noticed. A pattern yet. So I'm going to just throw it in there for a second because I want to actually take the meat of the link out from the embed code. So right here, pretty much anything that is the URL between the quotation marks. So I'm going to copy that and then go back to my Topia because I want to work on it with other people. And here, because I've already set this up, I did it before, I'm going to go to my asset library. And I had already made this streaming flowchart whiteboard earlier. And I'm going to throw that in there. Turn on my edit. Edit, links. We all know the formula by this point. Paste in the link. Flowchart. Streaming flowchart. And now I have a functional flowchart that I can work on with my friends in the same area in our little office. See, look at that. Ryan's doing it. I have all the functionality on the side and at the top. Brian will get mad at me, but I can move stuff around. And life is good. Okay. There you have it. These are the basics of creating a functional co-working office using the Topia Metaverse platform. I just need to find a place that makes sense for me to put this, but that's for the interior decorator to figure out. Okay, good luck, have fun.